Hey everyone, it's Joric. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. I wanted to make this video because a number of people have been reaching out that with the changes going on in Portugal, especially with the NHR, people are looking next door to Spain. So I thought I'd make a video about maybe the potential place that you're going to land isn't Portugal, it's Spain. So let's look at it. So, since most of you are looking at Spain being right next door, it's in the Iberian Peninsula, it's also a great place to live, but it is different than Portugal. So, let me ask a question. How does Spain fit with your personality and lifestyle? Whether you want city life, country life, outdoor activities like hiking or cycling, spending time strolling along a beach, is Spain for you? Because it's got a lot to offer. It's a laid back lifestyle. It's got great food and wine culture, a very festive culture. And is that attractive to you? If you're still working or retired, Spain has many cities to consider when thinking about where you may want to move and live someday. I mean, how about living in cities like Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, Valencia, Malaga, Marbella, Cordoba, Toledo, Ronda, Cadiz, and many more. And if you want a small rural country life or a smaller town, Spain certainly has that for you as well. One thing that you should consider when you're looking at Spain, especially compared to Portugal, is looking at the cost of living. Look and see what are rents and purchase prices of property, whether it's in a city or country, with what type of property you're looking to rent or invest in. How does that compare and stack up to what you'd be getting in Portugal? And day-to-day things like groceries, utilities, gas, electric, your cell phone bill. Those are things that are very important when you're considering which country you may be interested in. Spain may or may not be for you in this regard. Things like using public transportation. How much does that cost? If you're renting or if you're buying a car and using, how much is maintenance? How much is gas? What about eating out? How much does it cost to go out for a dinner or for a lunch compared to Portugal? Very good information to be able to research and find out about before you make a decision that Spain might be for you. The next thing, how important are tax incentives to you? With what the changes are recently to Portugal and what may be happening in the future, almost everyone had their eggs in Portugal's basket. Now they're starting to look elsewhere. How important is that? Spain does offer tax incentives for foreigners, so that is something that may tip the scale in Spain's favor over Portugal if that is high or the highest point of your priority for moving to a different country. And would you still consider Spain if they didn't have tax advantages? Or would you consider moving someplace else or not at all? So it's important to consider and put on the priority list taxes when considering a move to Spain or Portugal. And then we need to talk about the red tape, the bureaucracy that goes on in any country you're trying to move in. It is my belief that everywhere you go, my home country, the United States, is no different. It can become very difficult and frustrating trying to immigrate into any country out there. I can say from looking at forums and seeing other YouTube videos from content creators that Spain often is considered worse or more difficult than Portugal when it does come to the immigration process. There's just more headaches, more delays, more frustration. If you're committed to Spain, that won't bother you. But if you're not necessarily committed to Spain, Portugal was your option, now you're looking next door, maybe you'll keep looking elsewhere or reconsider Portugal. And then lastly, is Spain your short-term or your long-term goal? Whether you're looking to stay in Spain until the tax incentives dry up or whether you're committed to the long term, in Spain is very important. Sometimes you think if you're going to move to another country, well, of course you're going to do it for the long haul. You're going to do it for 10, 20 years, the rest of your life. Well, that's not necessarily the case. And I can say whether we're living in Portugal or if you're considering Spain or some other country, day to day life is very different than when you're visiting a country as a tourist. So that's why it's important to spend a lot of time scouting different places and spending weeks, maybe a couple of different times of the year, coming back to certain locations to see how you like it with the weather, the people, the food, and maybe you have a different impression your second, third, fourth, or fifth time. So, those are all things that I think you should do when you're considering a place like Spain, or if you're originally considering Portugal. It is really that day to day that you have to be able to observe, absorb, and to be able to understand where you're going to be moving to. As always, I hope you enjoy these videos. Whether you're considering Spain or someplace else, several subscribers wanted me to make a video on it, so that's why I'm touching on Spain as a topic. But I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again for watching and enjoy your travels.